Okay. So this is it for employee self-service. Now getting back to our slides. Uh, this was how employee can able to see their time cards. Now, moving to manager self-service. You need to go as a manager. You need to log in. You need to go under my team. Then you need to go under team time cards. That which is there present here in the system. So for that, you need to have time and labor manager role that is there. I'll show you. So yeah, we have a time and labor manager role, which should be assigned to that particular manager to, access that team time cards work area. So that is it. That is for manager. Now going to the system, I'll log into the system and explain you how manager self service looks. Yeah. So, as a manager, you have under my you have my team. So under my team, you have team time cards work area. You can get this on tiles, or either if you don't get this through tiles, you can under quick actions, you can go to show more, and here under time, you have team time cards. You have add current time card, you have add other time card, team change request, team schedule. It's the same as we have discussed for employee, but it is for employees, like for the direct reportees of the managers. It will not be for the manager itself. But the major responsibilities that manager needs to follow, it all comes under team time cards. So we'll go to team time cards. Here, employee will be able to see the time cards that are raised by managers, direct reportees. You can filter it through different, uh, you know, through different filters, through time range, through reportees, through some, status for status of the time cards. So this is very good functionality that if manager wants to approve, manager can just filter out which status had submitted and just approve the time cards. If there are any exceptions, then through job location. So yes, manager can do that. The look and feel is mostly the same as an employee, but just we'll see that. So yes. So here we have this employee that we are looking that, okay, this is the time card which has come for approval for this manager. This manager must have only this employee must have raised the time card for this manager. So yeah, we have raised this time card. This employee Adrian has this manager. Now, as we have raised, the time card is in submitted status, and this has came to the manager for your approvals. Now, manager can actually click on the time card and see how the time card looks. Manager can see the time entries for the employee. If they want to correct anything or something they want to do, they can do that here. Then then they can either approve or whatever they want to. Now, how do they approve the time card is that there's a checkbox that is available. You just need, as a manager, you just need to click and you can just approve it from here. Okay. I think the manager must not have any privileges to approve. There would be some problems with the rules, but just to give you a brief of how a manager approves the time card, it is through this screen that either you can open the time card, see the time entries, and approve it from there, or either for multiple approvals, you can click on the check boxes and you can, rather than if you have multiple employees which are pending for approval, you can click on the checkbox and in mass you can approve the time cards from here. Either you want to reject it, you want to delete it, whatever manager want to do, they can do it from here. All other fields are same. If there are any additional statuses of the time cards, that also you can see it from here. What are the time entries and everything like that. So yeah, this is it about team time cards, how it looks as a manager. And
Bhavna, one thing, can a manager apply the time on behalf of employee? How to do that?
yes, from the same screen, as we have seen at current time card, I think this is loading, I'll show you. But from team time cards as well, the manager can add a time card for the employee. Or if you see here, you have plenty lot of options at current time card, at the time card. So you can, for an employee, you can just select the employee for whom you want to enter it, and you can basically do it. So basically, see, there are employees which are under this manager. You can click on any employee. For example, I click on Adrian only. So this will open the current time period of the employee. So yeah, this got opened. You can do whatever time entries you want to do, and you can submit the time card as a manager.
Hmm. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So yes, this was about managers' view of time cards of time and labor. Any questions till now? So we'll move forward to admin. Okay. So next, we'll move to admin. So as an admin, the admin should have time and labor administrator role to basically access this time management work area. So under my client groups, you have time management. Under time management, you can access different responsibilities, different accessibilities admins have as a for managing the time entries or managing the time for the employee. So while if we go to system, I'll log in as an admin and show you what kind of responsibility does admins have. Okay, till the time it loads, I'll try to explain you something from the screenshot itself that in the screenshot, as you're able to see through once we click on time management, this particular screen will be popped up. Then in the time management overview here, this first screen which will be shown, you can actually see the time cards. Here you have from date to date. You can filter out the dates. You can see the time cards of the employees. So admin is irrespective of any validations or any groupings of the employee or any direct reportees. Admins can view any time cards for any employee in the system. So you can see the status of editable time cards basically, which are the time cards which are editable according to the statuses, if they are submitted, if they are saved, if they are approved, or any of the statuses. Accordingly, you can see if they are editable or not. Then here you have resolve time exceptions. Resolve time exceptions as in that if there are how many are errored out, or any time cards which are in exceptions in any error or in any rejected time cards, if there are any batch exceptions. So these kind of exception types, according to the exception types, these are filtered out. And while clicking on these hyperlinks of badge, time entries, time cards, and error rejected, you can click on them and you can see which time cards are in exceptions. So this basically admins can view it and resolve any exceptions in the time cards which are there. Then you have here uh, resolve. This is still loading. Change the browser. See. Okay, till it loads, let's get back to our slides. Yeah, so resolve time exceptions. Then we have resolve time for transfer. where we have which are the time cards which needs to be transferred. So if there are any errors while transferring the time cards, and if there are any exceptions, so those kind of time cards or those kind of counts you can see here. Then then these are all exceptions. So you have person name, you have time cards, you have time exceptions. That what kind of time exceptions are there. So basically, a consolidated list of result of the exceptions of what kind of exception is there, if it is a time card in error of it, or if it is a rejected time card, or if it is a transfer process error. So sorry, with the person name and with the time card, here in the under time card you'll be able to see the time period and the time exception, and whatever the exception is there, you can see it from here, and as an admin you can basically resolve it. Instance is still loading. So this is for time management overview. In team time cards, as the system loads, I'll take you through that. But theoretically, if I tell you here, this was about time management screen. Then when you click on team time cards, you'll get kind of search filters where you can search the time cards for the employees through their person names, through their person numbers, through any, through statuses of the time card, through time card dates. Basically, you can search the time cards, you can view the time cards which are there, which if they are editable or not, if there are time cards which are there or not. So accordingly, you can view those time cards here. You can click on the time cards, you can edit if there are any time entries you want to edit or not. So that's what comes under team time cards. Then time entries. So basically, time entries gives you an individual list of the, a time entry daily. So under team time cards, you get the time card as a whole, as a period. But under time entries, you get a separate list, separate time entry of an employee, where you can see that, okay, if for example for 20th of August, this is the particular entry of the employee, and you can actually see that this time entry is done in the Oracle Fusion, or it has come from any third party, or how it is done. So that's how you can view here time entries. Then you have plan schedule. Plan schedule is again the, as an admin you can view the schedules of the employee. You just need to click on the particular, as a search bar you need to click on the schedules what are there, and you can view the employee schedules here. So this is how the admin
Bhavna,
screen
as an
works.
admin, as an
Yes.
admin, as an HR specialist, can I edit the or can I reschedule the time for the team or particular employee?
Reschedule the time as in
Reschedule means I
reschedule.
mean I want to change. Okay, for example, for this week, employees timing was 8 to 5. Now next week,
Mm,
because of something, I want to make
mm,
it okay 10 to 9, for example. Can I do that
mm.
as an admin?
So basically you want to change the employee schedule for one day,
1 week.
for 1 week. Yes, you can do that. As an admin, you can do that. You can basically, assign the employee for a week for a particular schedule, or you can, uh, yeah, you can do that. You can create a different schedule for an employee for 10 to 12, and you can tag that employee under that. So yes, you can
So
do
we
that.
can do it through team schedule only, or uh,
Through team schedule also, I think there are a thing called as scheduler profiles, which we'll discuss in further sessions. Through that also you can do that, or you can create a different schedule for an employee, as we create work schedules, shifts, and your patterns. You can create that pattern, and you can link the employee for that particular week. That also you can do. But I think through team schedule and plan schedule would be a easy task to do, rather than, would be creating multiple schedules for the employee in that assignment. So you can do that from plan schedule as well.
okay.
Yes.
Normally, such scenarios occurs when an employee is a new joiner, because their schedule might not be
Mm,
there in the beginning, right? They are not attached to any
mm,
projects and all. So,
mm.
HR, I mean, so HR will be pulling them in a particular.
In that case, in this use case, what I would say that rather than giving a schedule to the employee, you can just keep them as casual employees. That okay, for now they are not tagged to any projects, they are not tagged to any work, so employee can be grouped as a casual employee, and accordingly you can create some rules for the employee that they can their time can calculate that okay for a week, for example. Now if employee doesn't have schedule, so it doesn't mean that for the whole week employee is working only 9 to 5. For example, on Monday employee is working on 9 to 5, on Tuesday employee is working 10 to 1. So in that case, it's rather than creating different schedules, you can just keep it as casual, and accordingly, whatever time entries employee is doing, you can calculate their time accordingly. That would be a better way to handle
So,
this
so
particular thing.
you mean that we need to create an HCM group,
Yes.
which will be having a casual as a name, and the
Yes.
layout will be blank. They can enter any time, not a fixed schedule
Not
like 60.
layout. n-
Uh,
Not layout will be blank. Obviously, we'll have to give a time layout to employees to raise the time cards. That will have to do, but that would be a basic setup that you can give a regular basic a kind of basic hours to the employee to raise the time card, and employee can raise whatever time they want, and accordingly you can calculate. So obviously a proper OTL setup you need to do, but as a work schedule, you need not to provide any work schedule to employees. That would be a better solution, I would think. I hope it answers your question, Ashutosh.
More I will delve into, then I will come. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, this was the time management screen that we were discussing. That here we have the editable time cards, approved, submitted, entered. Okay, we didn't discuss about the entered status. So entered status of the time card is whenever a new time card is created, it always goes into entered status. Uh, so unless and until employee does any time entries, employee saves the time card, it always goes into entered status. Once the time card gets saved or submitted, then the status gets changed. So any first created time card goes into the entered status. So that is one. I think we don't have any exceptions here, but yes, you can see those exceptions. So these are the editable time cards that you can do. Then you have team time cards. In team time cards, you can search for the time cards for any given period. For example, I'm searching from 1st June till 20th June. If there are any time cards which are submitted, I can see those, and I'll get a whole bunch of lists which are editable, which are not editable, which you can do. So if they're grayed out basically, so you cannot edit those time cards. And if they are present, so you can basically edit those time cards. Now, here, one thing that I would like to explain you is okay, all these options you can see from here. You can create a new time card for the employee as an admin. Basically, you can select the person name, you can select any period you want to do, and you can create the time card. From this pencil icon, you can select a time card and you can edit it. You can either click on this, or either you can click on this on this time card period. The new time card gets opened and you can correct the time entries. You can delete the time entries. You can export this particular thing in Excel, that for as an admin, if you want to report, so you can you can export this into Excel, and you can do whatever analysis you want to do. Then you have certain options of generate, submit, edit, and approve and approve. So as an admin also, you have the accessibility to approve the time cards through edit and approve. You can, uh, you know, uh, click on a time card, the time card gets opened, you can edit and then you can approve the time card. You can do that. You can submit a time card if any is in saved search status or any other status through generate time cards. So generate time card is a process where you need to mention any person name, any person number, or any group name. Group name, from group name, I mean that as we were just discussing about a term called as HCM groups. So here, through HCM groups, you can basically group a certain number of employees under one umbrella, basically. So you can uh, mention the group name and your time cards will create for those number of employees at once. You can select from which date to till which date you want to create it. You can do that and you can just submit the process. I'll explain you more in this about this screen in a different to a different navigation. Okay, so this is about team time cards. Then when we go to, so yeah, you have many options here through which you can search the time cards. Then under time entries that we discussed, that you see the actual start time, stop time of the employees, as we are seeing here. So if we again search it here, on June, we have any complete time cards. So here we have complete, incomplete year. So basically from complete, if there are any complete time cards, if there are any incomplete time cards which are not there. So accordingly, if there are any yearly time cards, you can see here. So those kind, through those statuses, you can filter it out here and you can see. I'm not sure why I'm not able to see here, but yes, here you'll see the person name, date, your, start time, end time. So you can go into the screen and explore as many things you can here. So here we have time entry attributes. Time entry attributes, I'll explain you attributes, what are there in the next session, but uh, as I was saying that you can see that this particular time has been generated in the fusion system or it has come from any third party or how it is created. You can see it under this area. Then here time entry exceptions, that if any error status are there. So those are time entries. And then we have planned schedule. So yes, under plan schedule, you have they're not created, but you can see the schedules of the employees. Basically, you have names, you have assignment numbers, you have their days for which they have. So you can create certain scheduler profiles and you can show see the schedules. And also, Ashutosh, to answer your question, how do we do that? You were saying that if you have different schedules, if you want to assign it, so you can create certain scheduler profiles. You can select a scheduler profile and for particular week, if you want to create it, you can just publish it from here. And for that particular week, employee will be able to see only that schedule which you have assigned.
So
So
set so what normally scheduler profile consists of? Those are there in the task from where we can create the scheduler profile.
so basically under setup and maintenance, you can go, you can create scheduler profiles. I'll show you when we'll discuss about work schedule, how do we create schedule. There only I'll show you how do we create scheduler profiles.
Okay.
But you can publish it from here if you want a different schedule for the employees. Yeah. Okay. So this is plan schedule. Then we have this task list here. So as admin can view or perform the tasks for the employees. You can basically, there are some tasks which are there. You can go here and you can perform certain tasks for the employee. So basically, you can just go and explore the system for admin. It's very vast. It will be difficult to go to each and every task and explain, but you can just explore. And if you have any doubts, you can come up and ask in the next session. So yes, this was for admin, and by this we completed the self service for employee
Bam,
manager.